Sup guys, welcome back to CC and Lily's world. It's story time. I'm about to tell you about when I found out I was pregnant, my reaction, Lily's father's reactions, and my family reactions to me being pregnant. So this is in 2015. I had just graduated in May, just turned 18 in May. I found out I was pregnant June, I want to say about 12 of 2015. I was at the pool with Lily's father, and I kept saying that I didn't feel good and everything like that. So we left the pool, I went home, and I just didn't feel good at all. And he kept asking me what's wrong, did I need to go to the hospital? I said no. So the next day we had a sister brother-in-law time. We went out with my sister to, I think it was to the movies or something, and then we went to her job to meet her co-workers. And my sister was like, you've been complaining that your stomach hurt and that you don't feel good and you keep feeling sick. Are you pregnant? I was like, I don't know. She was like, did you take a test? I said, no, I haven't taken a test yet. We just haven't got around and took it. She was like, well, you're playing games. Come on, I'm going to go buy this test. So she buys a test with 3 in it. I took the first test. We're at her job in the restaurant. I took the first test. It said negative. Took the second one, said positive. Took the third one, said positive. So she goes out and go tell Lily's father. She's like, she's pregnant. And he's like, are you serious? You're not playing games right now, are you? She's like, no, your girl is actually pregnant. My sister is pregnant. So I'm still sitting in the bathroom in shock, like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. Yay. Like, but I was like, I kind of figured that it might have been that. So when she goes tell him, he's like, I don't know how we're going to tell your dad or your mom or my stepdad. Like he's going off about it. Like he's not mad, but he was more nervous because he didn't know the words to how to tell all of them. So my sister was like, don't worry about it. So she calls my mother and is like, hey Ma, how you gonna feel if you're gonna be a grandma? My mother was like, what? Be a what? Say that again. And she's like, how would you feel if you were to be a grandma? So she was like, she'll be happy. And she was like, so who's pregnant, you or Charmaine? My sister goes, Charmaine's pregnant. I don't know how many weeks she is, but she took a pregnancy test at my job. So, and 2 of the tests came back saying that she's pregnant. And she been having pains and saying that she don't feel good and been feeling sick. My mom was like, well, I kind of figured that it was going to happen, and I'm just glad that it happened after she graduated and not while she was in school. So she's like, did you guys tell your father yet? I mean, my sister was like, no, we called you first. I was like, Mom, don't tell him. I don't want to tell my father yet. I'll wait to tell him. Whatever. And she's like, why you don't want your father to know? I was like, because I just don't feel comfortable with him knowing right now. So a few days passes. My sister kept calling and checking on me and making sure I'm okay, if I needed anything, if I had set up a doctor's appointment, which I did. I set up a doctor's appointment a few days before we told my father. Went to the doctor's appointment, got verified saying that I am pregnant. So then a few days after that, I told my father, I was like, hey Dad, how would you feel if you're going to be a grandpa? He's like, what are you talking about? You better not be pregnant. Like, so I'm like, okay, well, I mean, you can't do anything about it. I'm 18. So it wasn't like me trying to be cocky or anything. It was just the point of that I had turned 18. I was working. My boyfriend was working, even though he lived with us. We both was working, so we would have been okay. And I already wanted to have a child anyway, right after I graduated, because I didn't want to be one of them people that have a child as they getting old and then can't raise the kid because you're too old and they're really young. No. So my father was like, so what are you gonna do? How are you gonna take care of it? And I broke my plan down to him, like, this is what me and him gonna do. This is how we're gonna take care of our child. And then my father was like, are you guys either gonna be together for a long time? I was like, well, in my heart, in my mind, I plan on us being together for a long time, and that includes marriage and everything. And my mom's like, well, don't get married at a young age, da da da. So Lily's father comes home, and I'm sitting in the room talking to him. And I was like, how do you feel about all this? And he's like, I'm super excited. I hope it's a boy. I want my junior. Oh, I really want a boy. I really want a boy. I was like, well, it don't matter to me as long as I have a healthy baby. So a few more days have passed. Then we told everybody on my side, grandmothers, all of them, aunts and uncles, on my mother and my father's side, but we still have not told his mother or his stepfather yet. So after we tell my family, then we go over to his house, to his mother's house, and we're sitting on the couch and we're talking about vacation. We was looking up stuff for vacation, housing, and everything like that. And his mom was like, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, we're looking at places to go for a vacation, and we're looking for an apartment for me and him. And she's like, okay, that's good. You guys got how y'all gonna pay rent and how y'all gonna get everything, and then that you guys are gonna know that you're gonna have to get a lot of stuff in your name and everything like that. I was like, yeah, I know. I have everything written down, how I'm gonna pay it, when we're gonna take our vacation, so that it won't mess up the money for us getting an apartment and everything like that. And then she's like, Cece, what's wrong with you? I said, nothing. I just don't feel good. She's like, that's the last few days you kept saying that you don't feel good. So she's like, what's wrong? I was like, nothing. I just don't feel good. She's like, are you sick or something? I was like, no. I was like, So I looked at him and I was like, babe, you need to tell your mom. He's like, no. You tell her. I had to talk to your dad. I was like, but this is your mother. So you talk to her. So we're both going back and forth. And she was like, tell me what? And he gets up and he says, Mom, Cece's pregnant. And her reaction just stopped. Like, she just stopped. Everything that she was doing, stopped watching TV, stopped looking at her phone. His dad came from out the bathroom. Well, his stepdad came from out the bathroom and looked and was like, what? Pregnant? How many weeks are you? How many months are you? And I'm like, I don't know yet. I just took a pregnancy test not too long ago and said that I was pregnant. So she's like, when was you guys gonna tell me? And we was like, well, I came out and said that I didn't know how to tell anyone, but my sister told my mother, and my mother told my father before I was able to tell him, and then I actually told him myself, which made it worse because I waited instead of telling him up front when my mother found out. So she was like, well, what are you guys gonna do? How are you gonna take care of the baby and everything like that? And I was like, well, we both got jobs, so we'll be able to take care of it. We're planning on moving out and everything like that. So it was just to the point where everybody's reaction was like, basically like, you guys are too young for kids. You guys are babies trying to have a baby. Like, how is that gonna work? He's 19 and you're 18. You just turned 18 and he's just turned 19. Like, you guys haven't even lived yet. You guys haven't even got out to go explore and go explore your options and other things to do, go to college or anything. I was like, there's always at home college. Like, I'm not trying to be smart or anything. So I was like, there are always, we can go to college from a computer and everything, go do classes online and stuff. And she's like, no, that's gonna limit your chances on stuff. So I was like, okay, I mean, I'll work until it's time for me to have the baby. So they told everybody on his side, and everybody gave us the same reaction. And it was just to the point where I was like, I'm tired of everybody's reaction. I told him that I didn't care, that we was gonna do this no matter what, because we the ones who planned on having a child. And to me, I see us together for a long time. And I told him, like, hey, No matter what they say, what they think, this is on me and you. We did this. We know how we're gonna be parents. We know that our mind is set to do this, do that, and take care of this and take care of that, and know that we gotta be on our P's and Q's to get everything right. So he's like, yeah, you're right, we got this. So as later on as it get down the line, that everybody start finding out, like my father's side, all of his brothers, like my uncles, they all like, yay, another addition to the family and everything. And then my mother's side, they're sitting there making jokes. It was like, we already knew she was pregnant, because we kept saying craving seafood, and we can tell that she was spreading and getting wider, and everything starting to change on her way too fast. And I'm like, wow, my family already knew. And both of my aunts go, yeah, we kind of have kids of our own, so we know that you was pregnant, because we all have the same symptoms around about the time when somebody get pregnant, and that's all of us always end up craving seafood. I was like, yeah, you're right, I know. Because by me being one of the oldest cousins, I witnessed all my mother and both of my aunts going through the same thing when one of them was pregnant, that they all crave seafood. Same thing with my father's side of the family. When somebody was pregnant, they all crave seafood too. I was like, that's weird. But Marcus' side of the family was like more nervous, because they were saying that we was too young and everything. But about time, like, everybody realized, like, I had actually took the actual sonogram, and then it said that I was 12 weeks. Said that I was 12 weeks in a few days, and they trying to add up, like, when could I have got pregnant and everything like that. And I was like, I guess you just count back from the days or whatever. Like, that wasn't my specialty to, like, examine the whole thing. Like, I just was happy that I was having a baby. So that was their reaction. I think my biggest reaction was to me having a girl. Like, I told him that I didn't care about what the sex of the baby was, if it's boy or girl, as long as the baby come out healthy. And Lily came out healthy. She was 5 pounds and I think it was 16 ounces. She's a little chubby baby, and she's just been awesome. She's a best gift that I can ever get, as a birthday gift, a Mother's Day gift, a anniversary gift. That beats everything that I can ever want. And I think it'd be a lot easier for me to tell them if I am pregnant, the next time I do get pregnant, I will have nothing to worry about. But that's my story. I hope you guys liked it. Go like, subscribe, and comment down below. And yes, I'm willing to take feedback and any questions anyone might have. And yeah, turn that notification little bell on so you can get a bell every time I post something.
No, bro, niggas, that's my